The assailant and Doe B. The assailant then leaves the club, comes back in through the front door with a firearm.
Learned today that the shooting was the result of an ongoing dispute between McWilliams and Doe B.
Tonight we are learning more and more about Glenn Thomas, also known as rapper Doe B.
Does the nigga have a gun in your face? Nah. Or you just caught it? I mean,
before the world started talking about Mobile or Birmingham, there was a movement bubbling in the heart of Montgomery. A young man with one eye, a dream, and a voice that made the whole state feel seen. His name was Doe B, and for a short moment, he carried the weight of Alabama on his shoulders. This is the story of how a kid from Southlawn turned tragedy into triumph, and how his city never stopped screaming his name. Glenn Thomas, better known as Doe B, was born June 13th, 1991. He grew up on the west side of Montgomery, a city known for its history but overlooked in hip-hop. While Atlanta and Memphis had the labels and exposure, Montgomery had pain, and Doe B turned that pain into music. His early freestyles spread fast through the South. A deep voice, sharp punchlines, and a flow that mixed street talk with emotional. At just 19 years old, Doe B was shot in the face and lost an eye.
You wear an eye patch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's like the story behind that?
I got shot in the eye, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and I lost my eye to it. I still got the bullet fragment on my phone. Yeah.
Montgomery had never seen energy like this. In 2012, Doe B dropped his breakout mixtape, Baby Jesus. The title wasn't for shock value, it was a statement. He saw himself as the savior of Alabama rap. Local DJs started spinning his records, and the city felt proud. Finally, someone was putting Montgomery on the national map. Behind the scenes, DJ Frank White became his right-hand man, pushing his sound into the industry. In 2013, Doe B got the call every artist dreams of, a record deal with Grand Hustle.
Right here. Call.
Somebody right here? The dump?
Okay.
Somebody
T.I.'s label. Alabama had officially entered the industry conversation. Once he signed with Grand Hustle, everything started to move. His single, Let Me Find Out, featuring T.I. and Juicy J, became a Southern anthem. Labels, promoters, and fans started calling him the next big thing from the South. But Doe B never forgot where he came from. He filmed in his city, gave back to the community, and kept his day ones close. Even T.I. said, Doe had it, the charisma, the story, the sound. By late 2013, Doe B was preparing his first official album. The buzz was undeniable. Montgomery had a star, and for once, the world was paying attention. December 28, 2013, just 2 days after Christmas. A local show at Centennial Hill Bar and Grill, a packed crowd. Then, gunfire.
2 people are dead and 6 others recovering from injuries after shots are fired in a bar with a history of violent events.
Doe B was shot and killed along with 2 others. He was only 22 years old.
Learned today that the shooting was the result of an ongoing dispute between McWilliams and Doe B.
The city of Montgomery stood still. For the first time in a long time, the world's eyes were on Alabama, but for the wrong reason. T.I. carried his casket. Hundreds came out. Fans cried because they knew. Doe B was different. Even after death, Doe B's influence kept growing. His posthumous album, Doe 3, reminded people how far he could have gone. Artists like Rilo Rodriguez, No Cap, and Big Yavo walked the path Doe B cleared. He made Alabama believe that we could compete with any city in the country. From Southlawn to Grand Hustle, from the dirt to destiny. Doe B didn't live to see his legend, but in Alabama, we never stopped hearing his name. Rest in power, Doe B, the city remembers. This has been From the Dirt, the rise and fall of Doe B, produced by BreakThaHoodTV and narrated by DJ 5 Flame. If you're from Alabama, drop your city in the comments.